What's going on, family? It's your girl, Miss Amber J. I am back with another video today. So many of you do not know, or maybe you do know, that I am an author, and this is something that I don't talk about frequently. It's something that I don't think I've ever made an episode or a video about, and I want to put more content into my YouTube channel because I neglect y'all a lot, and that is basically I don't like being on camera. And I'll be honest, I'll say that it takes too much effort. If that makes sense, you got to make sure your background is right. You got to make sure you look all right because y'all are rude and mean as hell. And I don't want to have to, come find you and whip that ass. So, it's just a lot that you have to put into making a video, unlike the podcast where it's just my vocals and, I'm working with others. But I said 2021, we stepping outside of our comfort zone. We're doing things that we don't necessarily want to do, but that are going to put us in a better position and kind of promote what we're doing. So here I am. You know what I'm saying? What's up? But anyway, let's talk about these books, y'all. This is my very first book, and I mean very first book. The first book that I ever wrote, self-published. I did the cover, everything. All of my books, except for one, I've created the cover for. The only cover that I did not create was legit. I paid somebody to do that, and he half-assed did it because later I found out he did something bogus to create the cover, but that's besides the point. But all of my other books, I have created the covers myself. Most of the time, me and my mother edit them because let me tell you, when you are reaching out to these services for editing and putting covers together and all of this, I think the lowest I've ever come across is $500. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm financially challenged, and I can't be affording to give you $500 for this book, $1,000 for this, and $1,000 for that. So I kind of just learned how to do things for myself. I taught myself how to do the copyright. I taught myself how to just, in general, like I said, edit and make the covers, how to format the books, all type of different things. And I think I've told this story before, but I remember asking this author from Detroit. He's like an up-and-coming author himself. He has movies now and different things like that. He's become quite successful, but I asked him for help, and he told me to figure it out or Google it, something like that. But basically, he wasn't willing to help me. And some people are like, that was kind of rude, but at the same time, it pushed me to go harder. It pushed me to do things and research things for myself and to figure it out. But anytime somebody asks me, hey, how do you do this or how do you do that, I'm willing to help because I know how it feels to be shut down and kind of left to the wolves to figure it out yourself. So anything that I can help somebody with, I'm always willing to do. So if you have questions, inbox me, message me, leave a comment, whatever, we can, communicate back and forth, but I'm always willing to help somebody. Okay. This is my very first book, When the Past Comes Knocking. As I said, I did all of the covers and everything myself. On the back of the book, you have this ugly picture of me and then just what the book is about. So the story behind this book, I said that I wanted to write and publish a book before I was 25. And my sister was one of the main people that was encouraging me because, I had that whole thing, well, what if nobody wants to read it? What if it sucks and all this other stuff? And she was, just do it. Just do it. If they don't read it or if they don't like it, at least you can say that you did it. You put your all into it. You tried. So shout out to my sister for that pep talk because honestly, I don't think without her encouragement and reinforcement, I don't know if I really would have went through with it. And I don't think I've ever told her that. So I'm saying it now. Her and my mother, honestly, those are the two people who have always motivated me to write and, make my books an actual product. And shout out to her friend because he is actually the model for the cover because I was really in a panic, like, what is the cover going to be? And I had this whole concept of what I wanted the cover to be. I wanted it to be like this studio scene. The guy was in there playing a game or something, smoking something. And it was like, the double mirrors and somebody was on the other side of the mirror holding a gun. And I had like several different themes of how I wanted the cover to look. But he came through and posed for me. So we got that out the way. And then I just, added the letters and my name and things like that. So on the back of the book, it says, Anthony King tries his hardest to leave his previous lifestyle in the past, along with his indiscretions, but the people around him just won't allow him to do so. Unknowingly, he makes himself vulnerable to the people he trusts most. Death brings vengeance to his enemies and peace to his soul. A story of loyalty, love, and betrayal. And I'll be honest, this is one of those urban fictions. I don't like that word, that's why air quotes. But this is an urban fiction. Basically, Anthony King, he is an artist from Detroit. I got to keep it real for the city. He is an artist from Detroit, and he's just trying to promote himself, make it in the industry. And then here comes his ex with a child. He did not know that she had a child. They're trying to work it out. But meanwhile, Boy and his current girlfriend are trying to plot against him. And I can't give y'all the story or what happens, but just know that's kind of the gist of it. It's just this back and forth, like I said, love and betrayal type of thing going on. Definitely have to read it. This is my longest book. It's 223 pages. I'm going to say it's my longest book to date because I definitely want to write a book that is over 223 pages. But this is my longest book to date. So this is, it's definitely my baby. Like when I die, just put it on my casket. Like this was her baby. This was her child. And I say it's my baby because I said that I wanted to write a book before I was 25. I did it before I was 21. And that's a hell of an accomplishment in my opinion. So I'm giving myself my roses for that. But this is definitely one of my babies. Like literally the copyright is 2011. Then we have Scorned. This is my latest book. I'm still thinking about if I want to write a part 2 to this or what I want to do, because the way it ended, it left a lot of people pissed off and they're like, what happened? I need to know, like, what's going on? So this is Scorn. Shout out to my little baby for being my model for the cover. It's funny, we were sitting in the office at work and I was like, I don't know what to do for the cover. I have this idea and all this other stuff. And she was like, say less, you know what I'm saying? And we worked it out. So she ended up being the model for the cover. Shout out to my baby Sonia. And I just added little words and the thing scorned across there. It was like a template that I used. And then on the back of this book, it says, scorn, defined as a noun, is an expression of contempt. When defined as a verb, it means to reject. Jordan, Evelyn, Brandy, and Leah are intertwined by more than just friendship. Secrets, lies, and love connect them as common enemies are determined to wedge them apart. There is no telling what a person scorned might do. So this kind of is a book of 4 friends, and they all have different things going on. The friends are Jordan, Evelyn, and Leah. I'm sorry, Jordan, Evelyn, Brandy, and Leah. And they all are going through different things. Like one, her sister is missing, who's a drug addict. Another one got raped by her friend's ex-boyfriend. It's all type of drama going on. Again, urban fiction. But it's all type of stuff going on that connects them that they don't know is connecting them, if that makes sense. So this is my latest book. I can't remember if I published this in 2020 is when I did the copyright. All of my books are copyright, and so word to the wise, if you are thinking about writing a book or if you have written a book and you're thinking about publishing it, never let anybody read your stuff without first copywriting it. I don't care if you trust them with your life. Do not let them read your material or have access to a digital copy of your material without it being copyrighted. And that's for your own safety, sake, sanity, all of that, because somebody can literally take your work and copyright it before you, or, you know, put it on the internet. Not saying that your people would do that, but you just never know in today's times, because people, they're grimy. They're grimy, okay? So you always want to have your work copyrighted. And that's more so, like I said, anybody, but it's more so specifically if you're sending it to publishers or editors or anything like that. You always want to make sure that you hold the copyright before you share your work. So these are just 2 of my books. I have written 4. When the Past Comes Knocking, Scorn, Legit, and 20-something. But these are the only 2 that I have actual physical copies of right now. They are available online through Lulu.com, but I prefer that people order them directly to me, because you know when you go through these little third-party companies, they want to keep your money and do all this extra stuff. But this is just the first video of many where I talk about my books, where I talk about my creative writing process. I want to get into some things about copywriting and how copyright laws have changed. Get into some things about editing covers and putting covers together. But like I said, I just want to stop sleeping on myself. I want to get more comfortable with my on-camera presence and just in general, you know, speaking about the things that I have going on instead of acting like I'm just someone who works a 9 to 5 like I'm regular, because I'm not. So that was the whole goal of this video, just to introduce you guys to my books. If you would like to place an order, my Cash App is AmberJ1205, $20, include your address, and I will send you a signed copy of one of my books, whichever you prefer, whether it's Scorn, Legit, When the Past Comes Knocking, or 20-something. We got them all, baby. But yes, I just had to let y'all know that I am a full-blown author in these streets. And you can expect more videos like this. And that's kind of that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and kind of just learning more about me, because I feel like I've been on YouTube for quite some time and I never really talk about the author side of me. It's always about my podcast, relationships, and stuff like that. But I want to get more into my creative side, my writer side. So that's all. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to thumbs it up. Subscribe to my channel. And I'll see y'all next video.
So say now, they be lost in the sauce. Took a loss, that's your loss. Had to get my point across. Heard them lasers talking, and we don't pay that no mind. Didn't